Hey, this is Skylar, and I'm here to talk about cinnamon, the spice. Now, in case you're new to my channel, I'm completely blind. I'm autistic, and I have a chronic heart condition. And now, these are the things that I think of when I think of cinnamon. Let's go down memory lane, shall we? When I was 11, I started eating this bread. I don't really like the name of it, so I'll put it in the description. It is a teething bread. It's given to babies or toddlers that are teething. A Gerber started making it when I was 11, and uh, I've seen recipes, and they have cinnamon in them. So, yeah. And plus, it kind of tasted like a little bit like cinnamon toast with rigor mortis. That's how I explain it to people. Like cinnamon toast with rigor mortis, meaning like a little bit stiffer or crunchier, I guess you'd say. So, like, the consistency of this bread was a little bit kind of like Melba or like a crouton, but it tasted a little bit more like cinnamon toast. So, when I would think of cinnamon, it would remind me of that. Now, when I was 16, I was obsessed with primates. Every primate there is, I was totally obsessed with it. My aunt used to make what's called monkey bread. If you ever had monkey bread, it's basically like a glorified cinnamon roll. Basically, what you do is you take a bunch of biscuits, like raw biscuit dough, and you cut each disc of dough into fourths, and you put them around usually a bundt cake pan, and you cover them in butter, cinnamon, and sugar. At least this is how my aunt does it, and then she bakes it, and it's totally slayer. And it's called monkey bread. Now, when I smell of cinnamon, I usually do think of monkey bread. Matter of fact, I have a stuffed monkey by Warmkins that I sprinkled some cinnamon essential oil on his heating element inside of him. He has like a beanbag inside of him that you can heat up. And so now when I heat him up, he smells like cinnamon. Anyways, cinnamon is also in an essential oil. It's also good for people like me who have rigor, as I like to call it, stiffness in my lower back. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll take a few drops of cinnamon essential oil and mix it with some type of courier oil, like maybe coconut oil or baby oil or something like that, and I'll mix it up and put it on my back. And it kind of applies like a gentle heating sensation, which helps out with the rigor. Now, when I was at school, because my school was not open in July, which is when my birthday is, they did a summer birthday thing at my school for everybody who had summer birthdays. And the cake was a cinnamon cake. It was just like a big glorified cinnamon roll in the form of a cake. And it was totally slayer. And it reminded me of monkey bread. And one day I was experimenting with some coffee at school. I don't know if you know this, but I love coffee. I'm not one of those people that has to have it every morning or they'll die, but I love it. Anyways, so I had some instant coffee mix, and I invented this coffee drink called Cinnamonkey. It had cinnamon in it. I don't really know. I don't really remember what the recipe was, but it was called Cinnamonkey. At least that's what I called it. And it was totally slayer. It had cinnamon in it. Nowadays, I have a shaker of cinnamon, ground cinnamon powder, like the spice, in my kitchen. And like when I make coffee or cocoa or anything that I think that it will complement, I usually put like a dash of cinnamon in it, and it is totally slayer. Like, you can smell it, and like the smell is like totally slayer. I love the way cinnamon smells. No matter what it's in, essential oil or the spice or anything, I just love the way it smells. Botany fact. I'm not really into a lot of botany, but I know my favorite plants. So, botany fact. Cinnamon is actually a cousin to camphor. Now, camphor is what's used in like Vicks Vapor Rub and stuff like that. It kind of has a very pungent smell. Some people aren't really fans of it. I think that they used to use camphor in mothballs, but I'm not sure. Now, what does it have to do with cinnamon? Well, botanically, they're related. The cinnamomum gene, which is the same gene as the laurel, the cinnamomum gene comprises many species, but the main species that we use is Cinnamomum cassia. That's what a lot of our cinnamon spice is. A lot of people will debate that that's not true cinnamon, but that's what a lot of our cinnamon spice is. Camphor is Cinnamomum camphora. Now, they smell totally different. I would say camphor kind of smells a little bit more like eucalyptus, but botanically, their Cinnamomum camphora is related to Cinnamomum cassia, which is the cinnamon tree. So yeah, little botany fact for you. I just like the smell of cinnamon, and I mean, I like to use. Now there are some things that I don't like. I don't like a, big, overwhelming flavor, but like I'm a fan of pumpkin spice anything, and like apple cider. I love apple cider. And things like that. And a lot of the holiday and or Thanksgiving dishes, especially the sweet ones, have cinnamon in them. Like pumpkin pie. I'm a huge fan of pumpkin pie. And I just like cinnamon. And as you can tell, it brings back good memories. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it made your brain a little bit bigger. Maybe expanded your knowledge base. Please excuse my nasally voice. My nose is just a little bit stopped up. The leaves are falling, so yeah. Anyways, love you and God bless.